So Biden just had another hiccup.
Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure.
Look at Chuck Schumer over here. He's just like smiling as if he didn't just see or hear this man lose his mind on stage. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Now, Charlie Kirk says, unbelievable. Corinne Jean-Pierre is blaming deepfakes.
Ironically, several recent deepfakes actually attacked the president for thanking troops. For thanking troops. That is what they're attacking the president for. Both in Normandy, this happened, and again in Italy. And I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. Instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
Deep fakes. Yep, deep fakes, guys. That's what we're being sold.
We have this from predictit.org. This is, of course, for those that don't know, it's a betting market where what we have here on the screen is who will win the 2024 Democratic presidential nomination. Joe Biden is sitting at 79 cents. Okay, that's out of $1. Gavin Newsome is at 12. Now, certainly people are generally believing that Biden will be the nominee. The way this works is the more you buy shares in this person, the higher the price goes. If you bought one share of Joe Biden at 79 cents, if he ends up the nominee, you get $1. If you buy one share of Gavin Newsome for 12 cents and he ends up being the nominee, you get $1. So basically you're getting like an 8 times return on your investment if you vote for Gavin Newsome. I think what we're seeing here and how this basically works, Hillary Clinton has moved up 2 cents to 6%. JB Pritzker's on there. Regular people have decided to start buying Gavin Newsome bets. So you were mentioning just a moment ago about the cocktail of drugs they have to give Joe Biden to make sure he functions right. And I want to shout out one of the best jokes I've heard in a long time. I forgot. I don't know who to credit for it, but they said CNN announced the debate between Trump and Biden, and the response was, "We were about to see the Manhattan Project of psychoactive stimulants."
Yeah.
This is going to be, he's going to be on modafinil, Adderall. They're gonna cook something up. He's going to have like 12 cups of coffee. He's going to have like Red Bull Gold serum just wired into his veins.
I bet it's something really proprietary and really interesting.
What if he just comes out and he's like $1 million? He's just like, his teeth are staying in.
Stem cell therapy, probably something else.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if, and I mean this is serious. I'm not joking anymore. He's going to be asleep early and for most of the day.
Yep.
And then about 1 hour before the debate, they will hook him up to an IV, which will have probably painkillers of some sort, caffeine, probably, I would not be surprised if it was modafinil and Adderall and a vitamin drip, just a cocktail, like you're saying. IV drip cocktail right before the debate. By the time he's getting out of the car and walking in, he feels like he's 68 again.
I did the vitamin thing before the national convention.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's hugely helpful.
And we've seen pictures of Joe Biden. They've had pictures of him in the press where you can see a mark on his hand that looks like an IV mark.
Yeah.
Now, it's not surprising. I mean, people get IVs all the time.
NAD+, that's a good one.
Oh, dude, this guy, they got to be giving him stem cells.
I think so. I've had stem cell therapy, and it makes you like mildly euphoric, and you feel amazing for the first week after. So that's just the pleb version that I get. Who knows what he's getting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it is, if you just go back, if you look at, as I'm sure lots of us have, but if you look at like video of Joe Biden talking in, say, 2012, as vice president, versus like 2020, I mean, it's like a very like the fall off is very real. And this was one of the major things when he started running for president, because, you know, he had been out for 4 years and he hadn't been like super involved in the political scene. And when he kind of came out like he's running again, this like right before COVID in 2019, people were like, whoa, this guy has really lost a step since then. Now, add to that he's been president for 4 years. He's had a much more stressful, you know, like kind of vigorous schedule. And we've also watched a serious decline since then. He's not as sharp as he was in 2020. And look, just being able to walk up on stage and yell out the words that are on a teleprompter is a much different skill than dealing with Donald Trump. And look, he, to his credit, I guess, he did all right against Donald Trump in the debates in 2020. But can he pull that off again? I think it's a big question mark that, like, there's at least a reasonable chance that he does so poorly that the Democrats have no other option than to pull him out and put someone else in.
The pit trap they're setting for Trump is that Biden is probably going to hammer criminal and civil cases, and Trump will take the bait and be like, it's about me and what you're doing to me and me. Yep. What Trump needs to do is just say, oh, that's great, Joe. Talk about something Americans don't care about. Let's talk about gas prices. Let's talk about the cost of bread, milk, and eggs. Joe, can you talk to me about what's the price of gas right now? If Trump said, okay, Joe, I get it. You want to call me a convicted felon for all that. How much does a carton of eggs cost? I'll wait.
This wasn't the first time that this happened, not in the course of the last 3 years, but in the course of the last week. We have another one, Tim Pool, talking about how Barack Obama had to help Joe Biden get off stage after he just lost. He literally couldn't figure out where he's at. It's hard for me to describe because I don't have Joe Biden's brain.
Biden appears to freeze up and has to be led off stage by Obama at Megabucks LA fundraiser. Now, you name it. Democrat pundits are saying it never happened. It's a lie. My favorite was our good friend, the Krasensteins, where they posted this video where it shows Biden smiling and waving. And then it cuts to a wide shot as Biden freezes up for about 7 or 8 seconds. He freezes. But this wide shot they post, you can't see anything. So actually, we have this clip that was posted by Chris Gardner from, I believe this is the Hollywood Reporter. So this is corporate press right here. Take a look at this video. Let's try and see if we can zoom in. And I'm going to play this for you guys. There you can see he's just standing there, not moving. So I counted, there's about 7 seconds where Biden just stops moving and his arms go down and he just stares. And then Obama grabs his arm and gives him a little tug, and then Biden turns, starts walking, then he puts his hand in his back. Now, I tell you this. If it was Joe Rogan, who was standing on stage and smiling and just staring off, and Dave Smith grabbed his arm, gave him a tug, and then Joe turned, it was like, oh, and they walked off together, I wouldn't think anything of it. But Joe Biden's had, in the past week, so many of these videos coming out that the real issue is, this is how I described it earlier today. If your friend is walking, you're like, let's say you're walking to go get a slice of pizza, and he stumbles a little. He trips on his, stumbles. And you're like, whoa, are you all right? You don't think anything of it. 5 minutes later, he does it again. You're like, bro, are you something wrong? Then you start to notice that over the next couple of weeks, he seems to be tripping and stumbling a lot and having a hard time standing up. You might be like, hey, man, I think something's wrong. You've been having an issue. This is what we're seeing with Joe Biden. The reason why people are saying this looks bad for Joe is that it keeps happening over and over and over again. What do you guys think? Mountain out of molehill?
No, I think it's getting worse. I mean, when the press was describing it, they were saying, he had to get let off stage, the hand on the back motion. But I actually think the arm tug is the worst part. The arm tug is a former president leading our current president off the stage.
I almost feel like maybe this is symbolic. Barack Obama still pulling the strings whenever it comes to where Joe Biden's going and leading him. So as you guys can see, our president and our country is in a demented state. Like the Dementors from Harry Potter. Yeah, that's the Biden administration, the Dementors. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.